Okay, so Wuthering Waves just dropped even more information about some of the characters that we could be seeing in the version 2.3 update, and it actually reveals so much more than we first thought, and it could reveal a lot about what we know about the first anniversary for Wuthering Waves in general, and some of the rewards that we could be seeing from it as well. So in this video, we're going to be going through both the characters coming to Wuthering Waves, and also talking a little bit about how they could actually affect the Wuthering Waves anniversary, and how this could actually be one of the best anniversaries we've seen yet. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and just go to Game Subs, use my code KESSA, get 10% off. Again, I definitely recommend going over there. They got a ton of really cool stuff, so yeah, go over there, use my code 10% off, and yeah, let's get back into the video. So if we scroll down on Wuthering Waves' Twitter page here, we can see there's two new characters coming out, with the first one being Zani. Now, obviously Zani was a pretty obvious one. We saw her at the start of the story, and oh my god, does she look amazing. I mean, this character design is absolutely insane, and obviously there's a lot of little bits in this art here which kind of give away, you know, some things that we could be seeing with her kit. For example, it looks like she has some other kind of form here in the background, which looks really nice, and she's also holding that shield which everyone's been talking about ever since the start of rinascita, which obviously makes people think that she would be some kind of like shielded character, because again, we all saw that shield and it has gotten a lot of people kind of scared. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I don't think she's going to be one of these broken, overpowered shielders. I mean, you know, maybe I'll be completely wrong whenever she comes out, but honestly, I think Wuthering Waves are going to implement it in a very, very good way. But also, as you can see here in the background, she's also holding a massive, massive sword, which could be very exciting to see in the future, because I don't really know how they're going to implement that. Obviously, a lot of these sword users we have at the moment have little small swords that are nowhere near as big as the one that is in this image, so maybe it could be some kind of like different form that uses a sword, and then another form that kind of shields and does defensive stuff, which would be kind of cool. I don't really know how that's going to work in terms of just like character design in general and then working in teams, but honestly, I'm very excited to see what could actually come out for Zani in the future. And obviously, yes, this was a couple of days ago, because they actually released both the drip marketing, you know, a day after each other, which the new one, which literally came out today on the day of recording, which is Ciaccona. Now, if you don't know, Ciaccona featured in the story recently with the version 2.2 main quest, and yeah, she was a very, very like likable character, and obviously she was very out of the blue. I mean, you know, we literally saw her for a couple of minutes for that first opening thing, and that was about it. But honestly, I think that she has an amazing character design, and I think a lot of people are actually going to surprisingly be pulling for her, because again, she's just a well-designed character, and especially with a lot of the facial expressions in the story, it tells me that she has a lot of personality, and obviously a lot of personality is going to entice a lot of players to actually pull on her. And obviously, you know, a lot of people have kind of pointed out the fact that she is a bard, so again, maybe she can have some kind of music type abilities, or obviously her actual abilities which we've seen in the main story quest, which is where she actually has some like kind of time bending stuff, which again looks really, really cool. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if that's actually included in her kit, and if she can actually like kind of stop time or something in her kit, because again, that would be kind of sick, even if it's not like fully stopping time and it's just something that just looks really cool. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, she needs to be broken and just freeze every enemy, but just something where it involves some of the kind of stuff on the main story quest would be really nice to see, and I'm very excited for both of these characters. And also, what a lot of people actually missed out whenever first covering this is there's actually even more details about Zani's abilities in a CN drip post, and they say strange abilities: Radiant Scorch, she wields a giant weapon, gathers strength, and struck a blow. The overflowing energy flowed into a torrent, and there was a faint burning sensation when touched, which again is kind of crazy. So I think what they're kind of suggesting here is the fact that maybe she charges up with her shield, which gives her more power whenever she actually goes on her attacking, which would be really cool. And I feel like that's what they are suggesting here. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but that would be a really cool mechanic. You know, she goes in defensive mode, shields, she takes all that damage, builds up, you know, her own damage, and then she can finally switch to attacking mode and then go ahead and, you know, do a lot of damage from, you know, the incoming damage that has come out. So again, it's going to be very exciting to see what our kit's going to be like. It's safe to say that it's going to be unique, it's going to be very different, and, you know, it's going to be something that we haven't really seen in Wuthering Waves yet, which is exciting, because it means that they're not just getting bored with a lot of the character designs and going, okay, this one does rectify stuff, and it just, like, I don't know, moves about, you know, that's it. But again, you know, a lot of people are also speculating that, you know, Ciaccona could also be a rectify user. Obviously, with the book and everything like that, which again could be true. And I'm just very excited to see what comes out with both these characters. But one of the other things I'm excited to see is obviously the fact that we've got the anniversary coming out soon, the 2.3 anniversary. Tons of people are very, very excited for this, and obviously, as I said in one of my previous videos, I predict a free 5-star, a free 4-star, and even a free weapon or skin, which again would be really nice to see. And this is all based off of these presents down here. I've got a whole video explaining it, but pretty much, you know, the big one is a 5-star, the small one is a 4-star, and then this one could be a weapon or a skin. But honestly, I think, you know, the main one that a lot of people are really wanting in the anniversary, and that's going to really bring the anniversary together, is a free 5-star. Now, a lot of people are pretty pessimistic and saying, hey, we're probably just going to get a standard 5-star character, which could be true. But also, I'm very optimistic in the sense that maybe we could see one of these characters coming to the game for free. Now, I don't think it's going to be Zani. I think, you know, Zani has been a very, very built-up character, and she looks very interesting, and she looks like one of these characters that we've known, you know, obviously since the start of the rinascita story. So I feel like they are going to definitely capitalize on her and actually, you know, put her out as a normal banner, not for free, anything like that. But with Ciaccona is a completely new character, you know. We've already seen her in this new story, barely even introduced, which again makes me think that they've thrown her in there so that she can be a free character, and so that, you know, she can just be in there, you know. I honestly think that could be the case. It's just due to the kind of advertising and the feeling around her at the moment from Wuthering Waves. You know, they didn't really kind of dwell on stuff for too long or make her such an important character, but she is still a 5-star, you know. And I feel like, you know, if she's a 5-star, she's had this much involvement so far, she could be free. And honestly, that could be great, because again, I really want Ciaccona. I'm sure a lot of other people really want her. And honestly, I think a free 5-star character in the anniversary is definitely going to live up to people's expectations, and people are going to be very happy with that. Maybe alongside some other rewards as well. And definitely a free Ciaccona or a free limited character could be great, because again, we've also got to think there is still tons more 5-stars that could come to the game still from rinascita, including characters like Cartethia, which again will probably come out maybe the banner after, or maybe the banner after that one, because again, you know, there's still room for so many characters. So I feel like Ciaccona could be one of those that kind of go in there as a free character. And obviously, one of the other reasons why I think that Ciaccona could be a free character, or, you know, we could be getting a free limited 5-star, is due to the fact of something a little bit different, which is the Steam release. Now, you might be thinking, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, pretty much it's going to be a big influence of Steam players that maybe haven't played the game or haven't downloaded the normal launcher, and maybe a free 5-star could actually help them out in the long term with actually getting a good character off the bat, and actually having a good character to actually learn and, you know, play the game with to keep them engaged. Because obviously the gap between kind of early game and end game of Wuthering Waves is quite big, and it can get quite frustrating for people. So adding a character like Ciaccona or a rinascita character that could come out for free for them to actually use about in the world for now, and, you know, kind of show off what Wuthering Waves can really do. Honestly, I think that could help out, you know, onboarding a lot more people whenever it comes to the Steam version, which makes me think this could be a definite reason as to why Ciaccona could be coming out as a free character. Now, obviously, yeah, nothing is definite, and nothing is like completely, you know, rock solid. We don't actually know what is coming out. But honestly, I do think there is a very good argument for a free 5-star like Ciaccona to come out as a free character. And honestly, I think it will really help out the game, especially with that Steam release. And obviously, some of the other rewards coming to the anniversary could be a free skin, because obviously, if you guys remember, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe just a week ago, I think it was, we actually had a survey which pretty much asked us about skins and stuff to do with characters, which makes me think that we are going to see skins coming out in the anniversary, which could be really nice. And, you know, they've done it before with Jinshi, which again, she's absolutely amazing, and hopefully we can see even more and much more frequent skins coming out for other characters that are a little bit more inventive than like some kind of festival theme, maybe, you know, something completely different, which would be really nice to see. And hopefully this anniversary does go very, very well. Yeah, overall, that's my thoughts on the 2 new characters, and, you know, what kind of role they could have to play in the anniversary. And hopefully, you know, it does turn out to be good, and it does turn out to be, you know, the fact that we do get a free 5-star, something like that, because again, I feel like they would make Ciaccona pretty good, seeing as they made Zhang Liao pretty good. But hey, we'll have to wait and see what kind of happens whenever this update does come out. And don't forget, it's not very long. You know, the update is set to come out very, very soon, because it is a shorter update. So again, you know, we'll find out then. But if you guys enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to Game Subs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So see ya.